Well, welcome back friends to some more little videos from Autumn Cottage. I'm hoping now that I've got my faster broadband speeds that I'm going to be able to share much more with you from the garden. And I'm taking you over at the moment to look at the vegetable and herb garden. Now, I have to tell you, this is the herb garden, which is in full sunlight at the moment, but in actual fact for most of the year, during the summer, I'm afraid the herb garden really doesn't get enough sunlight. So I'm very much thinking, it's very overgrown at the moment, but I am very much thinking of taking the herb garden away and replacing it with some sort of arbour or something else which will be more tolerant of the shade. On the other hand, I have to tell you that Alec has been very, very busy in the vegetable garden. We've got little vegetable boxes, and he's been digging over one of the boxes here so that he can grow some Jerusalem artichokes, and lo and behold, there's one, just one, coming up at the moment. This is very exciting. This is Alec's first real gardening. Oh, there's another one. I can see them all coming through. I can also see that Pip hasn't done too much gardening in there. Now these all have to be prepared because that's the overwintering purple sprouting broccoli that has now gone to seed, so that will be dug out. These boxes look very untidy, but in fact they're actually dug over and covered so that the beans can go in there. We'll have some mange tout peas in there, and I'm afraid these two boxes are sadly neglected, but we'll be getting some attention soon. There are the bean sticks ready to go in, and I'm interested to see that the table seems to have moved. It's walked across to the other side of the veggie garden, and of course in the natural scheme of things here at Autumn Cottage nothing ever goes back, so we'll be having to have a word with the other person that lives in this house about that. Let me just take you back round to look at the herb garden, which, as you can see, has got a fine crop of ground elder and nettles. They always grow beautifully, but the rest of it really is a sad and sorry mess, so I think that's going to go. The pond is bursting into life. I've got some lovely hostas coming up there, and a little tip: if you want to grow hostas, they do seem to do better in pots, especially if you sprinkle gravel over the surface. The slugs and snails don't seem to like walking over that. There's some lovely divisions of big hostas there. These are Hosta Siboldiana. I split those up last autumn rather than springtime, as you're supposed to do. Monty Don on Gardener's World last night mentioned that he'd done the same. So I beat you to it, Monty. But it's a great idea to do that. As with everything in the garden, I think it really is a case of try it and see. See if it works. As Monty said, break the rules and see if it works. Now, look, the rest of the garden, the sun's just coming up. The garden is looking better than it has done for years. And I do have to say that that's thanks to Alec coming out and doing some of the heavy work that I just couldn't manage to do on my own. I'm just going to finally take you around to show you what I'm doing this morning, which is a far from glamorous job. This is what we call Alec's bed because he's got it. It's got a birthday present that he had for his 60th birthday. That's the Cornus Controversa, which is coming out but needs clearing a little bit around the base because the euphorbias are doing far too well. And there's some little variegated periwinkle. And now, I think this is the best part of the garden sometimes, but it's really the glory hole. This is what we call the dump, and it's where we keep all our soil conditioners and additions. So we've got a whole row of what we call Daleks. These are composting bins. I've got all my homemade compost. I've got the loam that we've dug up and made from turned over turfs. We've got the wonderful, wonderful resource of beautiful leaf mould. This is the job that I'm doing this morning, which is very hard work to dig it out and put it into a Dalek. Oh, the foreman's arrived. I see. Are you coming to supervise? We've got a feathered foreman down the bottom of the garden. You're just coming to oversee procedures, are you? No, you're coming to ignore me as you usually do. This is the hard work that's making me breathless this morning, so I'm going to stop talking to you and get on with it before I spend the afternoon pottering around doing much nicer but not nearly as useful work. Bye for now.